Hello everybody and welcome to Fuck the Oscars, the game.
Yes, for those who don't know, if you were there for when me, Shiro, and Dwibs commentated on one of the best game award shows ever seen, the maker of this game not only
Josef Fares.
he not only made a good game with this game, but he got to call out his publishers, EA, a company that have been getting a lot of calling out and well deserved lately.
Granted, I am still of the belief that biting the hand that feeds you, even if that hand is EA, does not exactly bode well for your future.
Well, I don't know, Dwibs. It's
anyway,
sold a lot.
context. This was made by a studio.
Called
that guy we mentioned before was first a filmmaker apparently, and then started making video games. His first experiment was Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which was more of an indie. Then he participated in the program of EA Originals, basically where EA pitches listens to idea for indies and publishes them under their brand as their new IPs. And this was the the third one after EA and Fi. Pedro, you wanna keep going with the?
Yes, A Way Out is developed by Hazelight, written and directed by Josef Fares, and cutscene now.
Yeah,
It's
it's a weird cutaway.
I don't know. Haven't really thought about it. You haven't thought about it? That must be a first for you.
Hey, Elvis.
Overthinker.
No. He looks like an oddly slow.
I'll check the actors in the
Are you implying
meantime.
that I'm not smart? Your words, not mine. Hey, I might not be smart in your book, but I do get shit done. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, I guess.
Results.
Alright, so now that you got a basic sense of what these two characters are. Vincent Moretti is fraud, embezzlement, and murder, about to serve 14 years, rational, discipline, reserved. After earning a college degree in financing and marrying, blah blah blah. I'll show the bios later, I think, if I remember correctly. So
Let me
whatever.
guess. Vincent was framed.
We'll see, Jova, we'll see. I mean, I can spoil the plot for you, can I?
It's a story.
No,
Well,
no,
I know almost
I'm just
nothing
taking
about
a
this
guess.
game. Only what Pedro and Dweebs occasionally streamed the game.
We play the game
So
online, yeah.
I only know about so far as I've seen, so I don't know any particular spoilers.
Alright, you probably wonder, everybody, what is A Way Out? A Way Out is a linear adventure action game that has a very specific gimmick to it. What is it? This game can only be played in co-op multiplayer. A Josef Fares game, see?
There you go.
This game cannot be played single player. It has to be played through co-op multiplayer, either local or online. One player plays Vincent, the other player plays as Leo. So you're probably wondering, what is it? So basically, in order to properly move through the story, the two players have to work together to solve the game's puzzles, to pass through stuff, basically help out each other, because the entire game is designed around the co-op, in a sense that even if you try to have two controllers beside you and try to play the game by yourself, it just doesn't work, because the game was this game was clearly meant to be played by two people. So yeah,
So
Vincent.
from what I've seen, it's a love letter to basically the idea of a co-op mechanic.
That and Prison Break.
Stuff like
This is Prison Break, the video game.
stuff like Contra or Halo 2, stuff like that. Although embraced in a basically cooperative way rather than competitive, at least from what I've seen.
For the sake of making the playthrough 100% stable, I'm playing in local co-op with my brother.
Yay!
Hey Pedro, you know what Josef Fares' brother's called?
Who?
But
His brother's name is Fares.
Oh.
Like, really? You just
I guess the parents weren't feeling very creative that
so
day.
who's controlling who,
Yeah.
Pedro? between
I'm
you
playing
two?
as Vincent on the left, and my brother's playing as Leo on the right.
Remind me, are you the older one?
The one on the left, Jova.
Oh, right, yes. I'm asking between you and your brother, though. I mean, these two aren't brothers.
No, they're
No.
not. They're not brothers. They're just they're
it
complete
was the
strangers.
first title that was about the two brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, Vincent just got brought in into the dungeon, and
walk of shame.
as you can see, my brother is actually now watching me go into the door. that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so this entire game is always running on co-op. Both campaigns are always happening at the same time. Like, the players can just speak to NPCs at the same time and stuff. Like, you can basically just go about your merry business while the other player does whatever he wants, basically.
Oh my god.
Yeah, from what I've heard, one of the technical marvels about this game is like, well, each level is basically played in one incredibly large map, which has to be pretty big for what you can do. What's actually smart is like, well, they cleverly kind of mask the fact that sometimes the map's a bit smaller by having all these intertwining tunnels and whatnot, you know, basically lower levels, higher levels.
I'm actually surprised also, Joe, that two events can happen at the same time with perfectly flawless frame rate and performances.
That too,
Like,
yeah.
This game
You
runs at
think-
1080p,
you-
30 frames per second.
You think this will become very confusing very fast, but no, it's actually seems to be pretty easy.
It's incredibly intuitive, I assure you. I had no problem getting used to it.
Oh, apparently,
Yes.
was actually in Rogue One, and he was in West.
I'm a dead man.
Okay. So he's also an actor
Makes
by the so he's a game designer, a filmmaker.
No, I'm on about his brother.
Oh, his brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Josef is also a film director, or at least he was before he
Yeah.
got into games.
Well, so
He's
much-
Swedish, part Swedish, part Lebanese, and he did a couple of movies for basically Swedish movies.
Okay, so so here's our two main characters: Vincent on the left, played by me, and Leo on the right, the one being searched right now.
Alright,
Play my brother.
Vincent is played by Eric Krog, and Leo by Fares, basically Joseph
okay.
Fares' brother.
Okay,
Well,
then.
there you go. Oh, wow. Good to see that Ferris can do a pretty good American accent.
Not just that,
Yeah,
Jova is trying to go American Italian, so
I know, right?
So-
Like I said,
so-
he would've
Well, yeah,
gone
Vincent's
with,
name is
like,
Vincent
Elvis.
Moretti. So
So we've
Yeah.
got a Lebanese Swedish
that
guy.
ass.
So we got a Lebanese Swedish guy doing a Italian American accent.
I've seen these kind of things happening in voice acting a lot of time anyway, Liv, so
I see
I
this
ain't
happen a
even
lot
mad.
in music as well, so...
And from what I'm listening, this guy is doing a decent performance enough, so I'm not complaining.
So yeah, Vincent is the more calm and collected guy who always tries to tackle things in a more patient, methodical way, whereas Leo is cocky, brash, and is quick to resort to violence. Which is why whenever I play this game with Dwibs, he always plays as Leo.
To keep him in character.
Oh no, trust me, Jova. Like when the two people who are playing share the same two personalities as the two main characters, trust me. Like if your personality fits one of these characters, find someone to play it with who has the personality of the other character, because that makes the playthrough even more immersive and because it worked brilliantly with me and my brother, and it also works brilliantly when I'm playing with Dwebs, because Dwebs is perfectly in sync with Leo's character. To give you an idea, Joe, but there's a little chapter where you can order a pizza. Dwebs didn't know that, but he still picked up the phone. I'm gonna order a pizza, and guess what? That's exactly what Leo did when he picked up the phone.
Wow.
Any other questions?
So this makes me wonder, like, what happens if, like,
Welcome
well,
to your
per
new
se,
home.
you play them out of character? Does something happen or anything?
Alright, almost there.
You can't. Well, hold on. Let me let him.
Well, Jova, that's the thing. It reflects the attitude that is explained reflects in the decisions that they make in general, not necessarily to the choices that you may present.
Sure, 3, 2, 1, click.
I guess my main question is, like, when you're playing as, say, Vincent, can he, like, not do stuff the way Leo would?
Yes,
or
you can.
You still have that happen?
Yes, you still can do that. Basically, there's going to be various points in the story where the two come to a disagreement about how they should proceed about the situation. Vincent will want to do X, whereas Leo would want to do Y. And in order to proceed, both players have to agree on it, otherwise the story will not continue. So the two players playing the game have to literally talk to each other and agree upon how to proceed about a certain situation, and those two scenarios can be very different, so it's a good idea to think about. So it's literally one of those cases where, for example, to give you an idea, Joe, there's going to be a point where, oh, Leo says, oh, I say we take that police out, and that policeman out and take his car, and Vincent would be like, no, let's go through there, it's less where nobody can see us, it's less risky. And then, and then it's going to be a mechanic where the two players need to agree and say yes to the same option before the game can move on. So the two players are forced to talk to each other.
That makes me wonder then, what would happen if like a player was playing Vincent the way Leo would act, and Leo suddenly acts more methodical because of what a player does? Does the story acknowledge how weird that is, or does it just
No, you
go
can't.
on?
You can't do that. Like the story is built in a linear fashion,
Okay then.
which
So
is why
basically, it won't really acknowledge it. Okay.
It
So I
makes
can
it-
definitely see why it's best to have the player who matches
Yeah.
each character's personality the best, because that's probably the best way to get the best experience.
it is, Jova. Because a lot of times, me and my brother would come to disagreement over those same choices that I just told you about. Like, it makes the game a lot of fun. The fact that you have to, like, Josef Fares specifically claims you can play online. However, Josef Fares' recommended method is to have an actual, literal couch co-op partner right beside you. And trust me, I can now that I've played through the full thing, I can so agree with what he's saying, because having the actual person right next to you and just talking through with them and planning things out, and like it's such a great unique experience.
Also, look at that! Even when there are supposedly
It's nice and
quiet
bright
moments, the
there.
game
If you
gives
can't
you a lot
sleep
of
there,
stuff that's
you can't
actually
sleep
somewhat
anywhere.
interesting and
What are
immersive to
you,
do.
nuts?
You know, kind of
Actually,
like
next to the
what...
quest, I probably
No
asked
game,
you
no
already,
game,
Pedro,
man.
this in one of the streams, but for the sake of the audience as well. If two important cutscenes are happening, one for each screen, which one usually takes the priority?
It will take if one of the two players reaches an important cutscene, that cutscene will take priority for full screen, and the other character will
just tell me
automatically
what
go
to
to
do.
the
What are you gonna do
cutscene
about it?
that's
Stand
necessary.
up and I'll
You'll see
show
for
you.
you see for yourself over the course of the game.
Okay?
Sure.
Yeah?
It's also
Anyway, as I was
it's
saying-
interesting you saying that, Joe. Yes, because it's true. This game kind of feels like a David Cage game done right in a lot of ways, because a lot of the gameplay is a very quick time event driven, and at the same time there's a lot of quiet moments like this. The big difference is that not only is the writing great, like you said, for example, I can throw some hoop, I can throw some ball if I want, and again, you also get to learn a lot about the life here at this prison.
Yeah. With Until Dawn, they did the whole your choices matter thing, and actually wrote a good story. That's how they did David Cage's job better. The way this game does David's job better is that, again, in terms of being realistic, the stuff you do does not feel dull. Like in David Cage, when you were forced to, either do this or that, it was literally going from point A to point B and cleaning up, and stuff still happened in real time.
There you go, Teo.
Oh, there you go.
Well, snap.
There you are.
Now I'm supposed to go and help.
Yeah, the
Okay,
guy
but-
from yesterday does not seem to be happy.
I wonder if you can choose not to help them.
Even though aside from a couple different deviations in pathways because of the decisions, the story does not change according to. There you go. See, my screen disappeared.
But he still pays me
Okay.
good, huh? Fact is, he pays me really good to kill
So
you.
yeah, apparently
And I don't
someone
really like
paid this
So
guy
it's
to
a
take care of us in
win-win
prison.
situation for me.
With that next gen beer, I don't think so.
Get in there, new fish.
Hey, what
There
the
you go.
What are you
You're
doing?
literally, Vincent is literally trying
Initiation.
to-
Ah, you idiot. Come on, motherfucker.
Oh boy.
All right, much like in Uncharted 3, the combat involves about using triangle to counter / dodge and square to punch.
Interesting.
And just like in Uncharted 3, the tutorial is done in a more scripted way, but later on combat will become less scripted. This is just for the sake of tutorial purposes.
Hey, you know what's funny? The way that this tutorial is going reminds me of how the Norm in Beyond Two Souls goes, except that's not a tutorial. That's pretty much how it is for the most of the game. Interesting way for these two characters to meet. Nearly about to get their heads
Reminds
beaten
me
in.
of an old TV series. I forgot how it's called. I think let me check the title in the meantime. I'll tell more later.
So there you go. Forgot this sequence. There's no split screen, as you guys can see. Basically, basically whoever's on screen is the one playing. So the gameplay switches between the two players completely seamlessly, whenever it wants.
So you definitely need some good synergy.
Oh no, trust me, Jova. Partner synergy is everything in this game.
There you go. The Persuaders. That's what remind me of.
Order!
This is the thing, Jova, like you were saying about the whole choices thing. Another thing, that most of the gameplay fun and greatness from this comes just from the overall co-op experience. Because playing it may not sound like it's the same thing, but 2 players. No, trust me. Like when you're actually playing this, and like the way the game uses its co-op mechanics, it's in such a interesting and unique way, both gameplay-wise and story-wise. But we'll get to it.
Basically, it reminds me of Musketeers, where the protagonists, played by Tony Curtis and Roger Moore, kind of have these relationships where they start very antagonistic to each other, but then they learn how to cooperate.
Here you go.
So yeah, that was a fun first day at prison, wasn't it?
Totally.
Yeah.
The fun is the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
That's the game should be first and foremost.
All right, let's eat.
Don't make eye contact or you'll become friends.
All right, now that both of them are in separate places, we go back to the split screen.
How about you 2 lovebirds have a chat somewhere else? I don't need...
Hey, is someone talking? No? I don't hear anyone.
What kind of accent is
Me
that?
neither.
And look at that, Jova. I can also drink and choose what to eat, just like in that scene in the Navo chapter.
Okay?
Well, I mean, you were kind of limited to like picking between the corn if you wanted to get it at a certain point, or the beans, or whatever.
So what have I missed?
Nothing.
Basically, a bit of the small brawl, and now...
He already knows, Teo. He played for this part with me. He knows.
Yeah, I did.
Aside from the 2 main roles that I mentioned, in general, all the voice acting, and I guess also the mocap for the NPCs, is practically unknown voice actors and actors.
Wow, you're really trying at this again, bud.
Well, he was paid.
Well, not just that, he's really determined, I guess.
Money will do that.
This is a common trope in prison fiction. The guy who got paid from someone from the outside to take care of him in prison. Yeah.
Ow. Uh-oh.
Here, take this.
When he accidentally...
Notice my
cuts himself,
directing,
like,
goddammit. Alright, so for this section you have to back away and try your best to, use objects to...
Dang it, we need like a giant fork to parry it with.
Another thing about this game is that it's impeccably paced. Like, it knows when to quiet down for the sake of atmosphere and character development, but it also does a good job. But trust me, when the action hits, it's thrilling. Not something, and this is not even the best of it. Like, trust me, like there's an entire section in an hospital that is amazing. Like, I freaking love that section.
Now, in terms of, deaths or whatnot, can a character die?
If a character dies, you just go back to the last checkpoint and Charlotte's done.
Right, and let me guess, you have a health meter?
No, you don't have a health meter. At least not yet. Whenever there's a shooting section, you have the typical, Uncharted gray screen thing.
Now you did it.
But whenever you're not, unless you're when you're not in the shooting section, most of the time you'll only die like if you're caught during stealth, or if you're say like if you fall off from somewhere or something like that.
Okay. Also,
So, yeah,
wow, that
escalated.
escalated.
That were a very stupid henchman. Like, rule number 1 in prison: do not
Never
kill
kill
one
a
of your
cop.
guards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a guardian.
I hate those things.
Don't you have worse things to worry about in here?
Just be careful.
Injections are good for you. Come on. Do not be a baby.
All right. Just
Yeah.
lay
One
down
thing,
and
what
rest for a
hurts is how your arm will feel after you get certain injections.
Depends also on the skill level of the nurse that does it. If he's really good, you will actually not feel anything. But oh boy, if it misses.
Yeah. Oh god, that hurts. Huh.
Hey,
Are you still alive?
Vincent.
Wanna be friends on Facebook?
Thanks. Don't mention it.
I love how the more aggressive one is not the one who's here on charges of murder.
What's your beef with that guy anyway?
That's
Let's
stereotyping,
just say it's a
Jova.
long story. But don't worry about him. He's out of the picture now. Could you do me a favor? Like what?
There's something I need.
What's that exactly?
Nothing, man. It's simple. I just need you to watch my back while I get it, that's all.
Alright.
Yeah, I did have, I surprising
Sorry,
didn't
not interested.
with this
You know what?
mission.
Fuck it. I'll do it myself.
I think I'll
Wait.
once.
What?
You can't just walk out of here.
Of course I can.
We're gonna both end up in the hole.
Well, I don't have a choice.
All right. I'll help you. Just don't get caught.
Alright.
Simple, right?
Keep your eyes sharp.
Yeah.
Alright. So this is the first example of how the two players need to work together. So basically, I have to distract the nurse
Distract the nurse. Just
so that
watch out
Leo
for
can
her.
go and get the screwdriver. So yeah, so yeah, just stay there, pretend nothing wrong here. Dun, 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 dun. And there you go. Now that she's distracted,
What can I do for you?
there you go.
I got a sore throat. Can I have some water, please?
Sure.
Thanks.
Alright, so yeah, Dwebs was of course also the one doing all the work while I distracted the nurse when we played online.
Wait for that guard to move.
All right.
Here you go.
Back to work. I hope I'm not bothering you.
Of course not. It's my job.
So sorry, Pedro. I was a
So,
bit zoned out when you said it was playing who.
Where did you end up?
My brother's playing as Leo, I'm playing as
And,
Vincent.
click.
I always play as Vincent Dwebs, he's my favorite character.
Shit, Vincent needs to do something about that guard.
You look a bit pale. Is something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. I'm fine.
There you go, see? Knocking on the doors to distract the guard.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
So yeah, like I said, player synergy is everything. You literally have to actually, you know, like what you're not seeing outside of this footage is of course me and my brother saying, hold on, distract the guy while like the two players, like seriously, if you're playing online, use voice chat, like because the communication between the two players is essential in succeeding at this game.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Again, it
Anything
shows how the dev team actually understood what co-op
Yeah.
really
Got this
means
terrible
on a
pain.
practical
I need
level.
something for it.
What type of pain?
It's true.
I haven't played Brothers of Tale 2 Sons, but I heard also good things about it, especially
Feels
for
like
being
it's
an
all
indie.
over, you know?
The difference between this and Brothers is that Brothers is still a single player
Let me
game.
know when you can be more
Yeah.
You're controlling two brothers, but and it's still a co-op kind of thing, but it's still a single player. But for this, he finally took it to the next level and actually have an actual proper co-op where two people have to work together.
Which makes me really curious again what will future will be for this development studio. I'm really curious about what future projects will be.
So yeah, he's gonna
Hey,
leave
Well,
this
if there's
group.
only one good thing we already know is that this game being as good has at least encouraged EA to sort of move, take more initiative with their EA original. Which, if I'm to be honest, the EA originals are looking to be the best thing we'll be getting from EA for some
At
time.
least for a while.
This game's
Anyway.
surpassed EA's expectations in terms of sales.
Like all good plans,
Yep.
these needs to be cooked slowly, one step at a time. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can't just
Alright.
burn it too quickly.
All right, here's the first big conversation between the two.
So come here off.
So, what's your
How's your
plan?
sex life?
Excuse me?
Tisk.
I know what you're up to.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
For the screwdriver thing, yeah.
Come on now.
Hmm.
Look, I appreciate what you did back there, but you need to back off.
Hey,
What?
I'm sure you have good reasons to bust out of here, but I need to get out of here too.
Yeah? Not my problem.
Just offering my help here.
Hey, you know what? I don't need your help. I can handle myself.
Fuck you.
Yeah? Like you did in the infirmary back there?
True. This is a co-op game, Leo. You're not gonna get
You
far
trying to be
alone.
funny?
No.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm pretty much in on this. Just trying to make you understand that you could really use my help.
Like I said, I can handle myself.
What about Harvey then?
Well, now.
Looks like we do have something in common.
You'll see.
The walls are thin in here.
The walls
Am I
are
supposed to
thin.
believe that?
Let's just say that you and me have something in common. We
There you
both
go.
want him dead.
Let's just say both of them have a huge grudge against Harvey.
You don't know shit about
Yep.
me, man.
Really? The
This
same
We're
person?
gonna learn who this
Harvey
Harvey guy
killed
is.
someone
Then.
very close to me. With or
It's
without
almost
you,
like by the red
going
of
after him.
fate. Maybe they secretly are brothers.
But I'm pretty damn sure
No, they're not
our chances
brothers.
would be a lot better if we worked together.
And nice though.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we
now
can hear you.
yes.
Ah, okay.
Oh, Harvey's gonna have quite some news to wake up to when he hears that there are 2 escaped convicts after his head.
We'll see.
Unless Harvey's just a fall guy, in which case I pity the poor bloke.
So yeah, being of course abrasive and but fortunately he's had plenty of time to cool down and actually think about Vincent's proposal. So let's see.
Which is the best option, to be honest. Even if he can
Yeah.
handle himself, it's a long way both out of prison and on the road.
Not to mention, if worse comes to worse, Vincent could make for a fall guy for him. That's probably how a criminal would think in that regard.
Yeah?
It's my plan, and I decide what goes down.
So,
that.
what next?
Sure.
Well, we need
Whatever
to
you say.
prepare everything else, I
I mean,
guess.
Indeed.
You fuck this up, I'll kill you myself.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I get
pretty
it.
convincing.
How
your
to
plan?
escape from jail in 10
You know,
simple
soon
steps.
And here's how.
Basically, prison work for
All right.
dummies.
A way
Yeah.
out.
Roll credits.
Ding. Yeah, it's like so.
That was the prologue.
So
And now we'll get an extra. Basically, in between each chapter, we get a cutscene that when they're in the plane. We'll eventually see how they got to this point in the plane. Basically, this is them reminiscing about what
You
happened
didn't
before.
really have an escape plan, did you?
What are you talking about?
And look
So-
at
Hold on,
that.
hold on, Joe,
It's
by the way,
all
this
in
one.
chronological.
You had an idea, I'll give you that.
I got you out, didn't I?
What do you mean you got me out? We got out
Still me with
together.
such confidence.
Yeah, sure. But if it wasn't for me, you'd still be in there.
Don't forget I saved your ass. Twice.
I don't know about that saving my ass part, but I'll give you this. You did help out. A little bit. Benson, a little bit.
Right.
Right. All right, everybody. In the next part, we finally start putting our plan to escape prison into motion.
All right then. See ya.
See ya.
so we'll see you for the next part of Prison Break, the video game.
Yeah. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.